I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft, and I wanted to announce that this August I shall be taking something of a hiatus as I do some travelling. But do not worry, I shan't leave you completely empty-handed. For the next little while you will have the opportunity to view the recording of my live performance at the Toronto Fringe Festival. For those who got a chance to see it, think of it as a chance to relive that experience, and for those who didn't, now is your opportunity. Before I leave, though, I wanted to end with one final easy question just to settle your palate. This one comes from Mr. Atkins. Dear Mr. Lovecraft, how should we resolve the Palestine-Israel conflict? Titty Mouse and Tatty Mouse. Titty Mouse and Tatty Mouse both lived in a house. Titty Mouse went a-gleaning, and Tatty Mouse went a-gleaning, so they both went a-gleaning. Titty Mouse gleaned an ear of corn, and Tatty Mouse gleaned an ear of corn, so they both gleaned an ear of corn. Titty Mouse made a pudding, and Tatty Mouse made a pudding, so they both made a pudding. And Tatty Mouse put her pudding into the pot to boil, but when Titty went to put hers in the pot tumbled over and scalded her to death, and Tatty sat down and wept. Then the three-legged stool said, Tatty, why do you weep? Titty's dead, said Tatty, and so I weep. Then said the stool, I'll hop, so the stool hopped. Then a broom in the corner of the room said, Stool, why do you hop? Oh, said the stool, Titty's dead, and Tatty weeps, and so I hop. Then said the broom, I'll sweep, so the broom began to sweep. Then said the door, Broom, why do you sweep? Oh, said the broom, Titty's dead, and Tatty weeps, and the stool hops, and so I sweep. Then said the door, I'll jar, so the door jarred. Then the window said, Door, why do you jar? Oh, said the door, Titty's dead, and Tatty weeps, and the stool hops, and the broom sweeps, and so I jar. Then said the window, I'll creak, so the window creaked. Now there was an old form outside the house, and when the window creaked, the form said, Window, why do you creak? Oh, said the window, Titty's dead, and Tatty weeps, and the stool hops, and the broom sweeps, the door jars, and so I creak. Then said the old form, I'll gallop round the house. So the old form galloped round the house. Now there was a fine large walnut tree growing by the cottage, and the tree said to the form, Form, why do you gallop round the house? Oh, says the form, Titty's dead, and Tatty weeps, and the stool hops, and the broom sweeps, the door jars, and the window creaks, and I gallop round the house. Then said the walnut tree, I'll shed my leaves. So the walnut tree shed all its beautiful green leaves. Now there was a little bird perched on one of the boughs of the tree, and when all the leaves fell, it said, Walnut tree, why do you shed your leaves? Oh, said the tree, Titty's dead, and Tatty weeps, the stool hops, and the broom sweeps, the door jars, and the window creaks, the old form gallops round the house, and so I shed my leaves. Then said the little bird, I'll molt all my feathers. So he molted all his gay feathers. Now there was a little girl walking below, carrying a jug of milk for her brothers and sisters' supper, and when she saw the poor little bird molt all its feathers, she said, Little bird, why do you molt all your feathers? Oh, said the little bird, Titty's dead, and Tatty weeps, the stool hops, and the broom sweeps, the door jars, and the window creaks, the old form gallops round the house, the walnut tree sheds its leaves, and so I molt all my feathers. Then said the little girl, I'll spill the milk. So she dropped the pitcher and spilt the milk, yes. Now there was an old man just by on the top of a ladder, thatching a rick, and when he saw the little girl spill the milk, he said, Little girl, what do you mean by spilling the milk? Your little brothers and sisters must go without their suppers. Then said the little girl, Titty's dead, and Tatty weeps, the stool hops, and the broom sweeps, the door jars, and the window creaks, the old form gallops round the house, the walnut tree shed all its leaves, the little bird molt all its feathers, and so I spilled the milk. Oh, said the old man, then I'll tumble off the ladder and break my neck. So he tumbled off the ladder and broke his neck, and when the old man broke his neck, the great walnut tree fell down with a crash and upset the old form and house, and the house falling knocked the window out, and the window knocked the door down, and the door upset the broom, and the broom upset the stool, and poor little Tatty Mouse was buried beneath the ruins. I hope that answers your question. As always, I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft. Thank you.